Hi, Viola Rose here, and I'm here with Drunvalo Melchizedek.
Hello,
And
everyone.
we are going to introduce and talk about Drunvalo's new book, The Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life, Volume 3, Awakening the Illuminated Heart, which has just been released finally, and we are all very excited that you have put this book out. And so, having a look at it, we see the first thing I want to talk about is this cover. Drunvalo, will you tell us about this amazing image here on the cover and what that's about? Because a lot of people are actually asking. I'm going to show, before you talk, I'm going to show one more image.
It's very, very important to understand where everything is leading to. And we're in something that we've been in for 4.6 billion years with the hydrogen sun, and all of a sudden it dies right before our eyes, and a new sun steps forward, which is a helium sun, which is based on different principles. And so everything that we've been doing for the last 4.6 billion years is not as valid as it was then. Mm-hmm. And some people, and it's going to affect marriage and how people come together. And it's already happening with the children, and so when you look at the book, I'll let you handle the book.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You notice that there's three flower of lives on there. One on the left, one on the right. One on the left is this one is male. And it's a vertical line, and the other one is horizontal, it's female. And when you take the two images and slide them together, that's what you're seeing on the cover, is the male and the female.
It's so beautiful. It's just, I can't stop looking at it.
I know, but it's something that is going to be a big deal from now on for a very long time, because the universe is changing according to this image, and pretty soon it's going to take a while to understand what it's saying, because we've never seen this before. But think about when you first saw the flower of life. You know, you didn't know it had all this information that was associated with it. Practically everything in book 2 was based from it. And but now book 3 is based on this one. It's based on a new image that is going to be extremely important in the future, starting prior to this time. And it's going to give us new abilities that we can't even believe it. If I told you what you're about to go into, you would just think I'm crazy. But it's not crazy. It's really true. And we're about to change everything that we know. Everything we know. And people have been working in different areas of the universe to arrive at that understanding. And there are people alive that have been alive for 100 billion years. No, excuse me, sorry, 100 million years. And they are coming to the point where they understand where I'm going with this, even before I get there.
Will you talk a little bit about the how the polarity that is the masculine flower of life and the feminine, how they're merging into one and how that's happening within us?
Well, it's a lot of things that are coming together all at once. And so it would take a long time. You'd almost have to read the book to understand it. The first thing is that when we were working with the ATIH.
Awakening the Illuminated Heart.
Yes. And when we were working with that, we began to see things that we had never seen before. And what we started with was the subtle energies. And we had some meditations we wanted you to tune into, but the first subtle energy I want you to see is this one. Those are human beings, real humans, but they're using cameras that can see what you can't see, which is the subtle energies that are coming off the body. They come in colors, and they come in a lot of shapes and forms. And doctors are now able to look at the subtle energies and tell you, just from looking at it, what your problems are, and with extreme accuracy. And we aren't quite there yet to get the doctors to come along with this, because they don't understand a lot of things. Subtle energies, now we have new cameras. We have cameras now that it would be very hard to believe that it's possible that they can do what they can do. For example, they can go down to any planet in the solar system, tune their cameras to that, and you are on the surface of it, and you can look around in 360 degrees and see anything and everything there, just like you were standing on there. There's no difference. And you would know what it's like to live there just by walking around on that, but you're walking around it in something that's not actually real. And but it gives you a real image. Because of that, we just were able to create, for the first time ever, what we used to call the Big Bang, where we knew that there was something that would come out of all of this stuff that would lead us into a whole new way of perceiving what's in front of us. For example, I want you to see something. This image across there is our galaxy, and for 4.6 billion years, we didn't know there were these two big things up above and below. And from the top of one to the bottom of the other one is 50,000 years, light years across it. It's a long ways. Those things are really, really, really big. And we never saw them and didn't know they were there. Science knows they're there now. And now that they know they're there, then they have to do all this research to figure out why did the galaxy create them? And what is their purpose? And the questions go on and on and on and on. And that's what's happening right now in science.
I'm going to show this one.
Yeah. Now this one is what we thought our galaxy looked like, and for 4.6 billion years we thought that was it. But then with one of the new cameras that came in, and they got right up close and took a picture of it, and it looks like what our galaxy actually looks like is this. It only has two arms, one from like a barrel in the middle coming out one way, and the other one goes out the other way. That is what you're living inside of right now, and have been for 4.6 billion years without knowing it, because we couldn't see. And this is the first thing we start teaching in here, is how to see subtle energies. And there are subtle worlds, whole areas, not just a planet, but a whole bunch of planets that are linked together, and they're filled with people, but you can't see them, because the light that comes off of them is not the light that comes off of us. It's a different kind of light. And so we're going to, in this book, in chapter 1, we're going to teach you how to begin to see these things. And later we're going to come into subtle worlds where you can look into the sky, where you see it's all black with little dots of white of suns. But when you get to the actual truth of the matter, the black turns white. It's all subtle energy. The whole thing. It's white light, not black light. And what's happening out there is dramatic. And we're going to have to make big changes inside of us in order to see what is really out there. And we're going to slowly take you through this book, volume 3, which took a long time for us to be able to get through it. It was about 5 years or so. And eventually we got to the point where we were only 2 months away from needing to give it to the publisher. We weren't ready. We weren't ready because there were so many problems that we just don't know how they happened or where, why, and what. It doesn't matter anymore. But so 2 people, that's Lindsay and Lisa Williams. Wilson, excuse me, sorry. And she put all the images together so that when you read what I'm saying, the image is right there, and when what I'm saying starts making sense because you have the image there.
Yeah, I'm just going to breeze through and show how beautiful this book is. And the full color images, it's like magazine quality. There's so many beautiful images in here to support what Drunvalo is teaching. So this Awakening the Illuminated Heart was a workshop that you started to teach in 2011, even though you had been working on it for about a year before then.
Yeah.
And then trained a bunch of teachers around the world, and we all started teaching it 2011, 2012, and then you taught it through 2015.
Yeah, 2014 and 15.
Yeah, and this book is based upon, the template of the book is from the Awakening the Illuminated Heart workshop, which, you have over 100 teachers now who are still currently, myself included, teaching this Awakening the Illuminated Heart workshop. And so this book is an amazing study companion for the workshop, and it's also an update to the workshop with some new information as well.
Yeah, it will actually take the ideas and everything that we had in ATIH work. It brings it to another level, and the teachers are going to have to learn things that they've never heard of before.
Oh, the teachers have been practicing, and we've been having meetings with Drunvalo, and we're up to speed, and the teachers are now adapting the ATIH workshop to include this new information.
Yeah, we've learned that there's things in your body, especially around the head and around the hearts and all kinds of areas, that are aware of what that thing is, and the pineal gland which is one of the leading ones, because it knows more about what I'm learning to talk about than anybody else in existence, I believe. And there may be more, but he's telling me now that the first thing they want to begin to teach us in the new information, and it's not in this book, it'll be in volume 4, and but it's about psychic energy. Now we think psychic energy is just this weird stuff, and we don't know if it's real or not real or anything else, but the people who are using these things, like the pineal gland and the pineal chakra, etc., they know what they're doing. But if you read volume 3 and you go all the way to the end of it, because that's where the real knowledge that's most important happens, that is toward the ending of the book. And but you have to read the other first parts to be able to know what we're talking about.
Right.
And but so if you just slowly read the book, and it takes a while, unless you're a super reader, and there are super readers.
And also, it's not just read, it's actually do the practices. Like, you have to do these meditations and these activations to make it real for yourself, which is why there's a recording even of the guided meditations that Drunvalo and myself are leading, so that you can actually have somebody reading them to you, so that you can make these real. So by the time you get to the end,
it all starts making sense. It really does. This book was read by a German person who has one of the largest publishing companies in the world, and he teaches when somebody writes a book, he will read the book, and if the book is good, he will tell them it is, and if it's bad, he's going to tell them it's not a good book, and he just tells them what he sees. So he read this book, our volume 3, and when he got done, he called me up and said, "This is by far, the best book you ever wrote that I've known you to write. And it's incredible what you've been able to put together in all of this. And if you keep doing this kind of thing, these books are going to be life-changing forever."
So Drunvalo, would you talk to us about the pineal gland and the new awareness that's coming in for you about the power of the pineal gland?
Sure. This happened for me a long time ago. And when I was just learning about how we could create the work of the ATIH, of how you can get that into a system where somebody can go into that school, do all the steps, and when they come out, they're on another level of existence, and it keeps going, doesn't stop, and but now it's in volume 4. It's going to change in ways that probably you weren't expecting. Right now, I want to switch back to the book itself and to try to communicate what it has to say to you. And when you get to the end of that book, you're going to feel the difference because you know things that nobody knows, hardly at all. And you now are high enough in consciousness to step into these higher levels of consciousness, and you will know how to use them. And once you know how to use them, it's going to give you the new Merkaba, where you can fly anywhere in the universe in 0 time, instantly. And you could have a job here on Earth and take an hour off and go to some planet and be there for an hour and hang out and talk to them and get back to their job before they even knew you left. It's really true. I've talked to the ETs that showed me how this works, and I actually did it, and it's I am very, very excited of where we're heading in our life, because the new Merkaba, that we know how to do it automatically, but we don't know how to do what is about to be given to you. You don't have to do anything to get it. You just have to have your heart open and allow consciousness to come into you, and you will automatically know how to do this, and you'll know what to do, and you'll know where we're heading, but you won't really understand it until the end of volume 4, and that's the last book I'm going to write, if I can get it done while I'm still alive. And so I'm doing my best on that.
One of the things that I love the most about your work, and I'll talk about this often, is that it's not wording that I've heard you use, but I use it. It's like sovereignty training. That word of like sovereignty, that we have everything we need inside of ourselves. And you help bring our awareness of that, like our higher self connection, the tiny space of the heart, the Merkaba, the pineal connection, like it's all within us. Yeah. That we have everything we need directly within. And I really love that about your work.
Yeah, well, it's not really my work. It goes to older people than me.
Right.
I've been around a long time, but these people have been around for so long that it's kind of unusual. Like the one that's been flying me all around the universe in his Merkaba is Machiavinda Melchizedek, and he is over 18 billion years old, and he was around when the universe was just being made, and he learned how to create universes by learning, and he's still here. He's actually on the earth. He may be leaving pretty soon, but he's been on the earth now for several months, and he's just going around and looking at all of us to see where we're at and where we're capable of going to. And even though we maybe could only go to a certain step in all of this, once you get there, you're going to find out that there's more. And when you get there, you're going to find out there's more. There's no end to this level of consciousness. And it's so beautiful. It's something that the source of life gave to us, or wanted to give to us, when he first got here, and thought it would be important if we could reach into these levels of consciousness. But we never